stories. Pete the Cat and the Bedtime Blues. Pete and the gang had a great day. They'd been at the beach, surf and sun, and tons of fun. But when the sun went down, they didn't want the fun to end. Pete had an idea. Hey, how about a sleepover? More time for tons of fun. Groovy. Pete's place, let's go. The party was far out, but they knew they couldn't stay up all night. The gang decided it was time to say goodnight. On went the pajamas and out went the light. Goodnight, Gus. Goodnight, alligator. Goodnight, Toad. Goodnight, Pete. Pete was just about to catch some seeds when clap, clap, clap. Who did that? Pete asked. It was me, said Grumpy Toad. I don't want to go to bed. I want to clap instead. Pete covered his head. This cool cat needs to go to bed. Goodnight, Gus. Goodnight, alligator. Goodnight, Toad. Goodnight, Pete. Time to sleep. Pete tried to catch some seeds when rat-a-tat-tat. Who did that? Pete asked. It was me, said Gus the platypus. I don't want to go to bed. I want to jam instead. Pete covered his head. This cool cat needs to go to bed. Time to sleep. Goodnight, Gus. Goodnight, alligator. Goodnight, Toad. Goodnight, Pete. Pete closed his eyes to catch some seeds when he heard munch, munch, munch. Pete had a hunch. It was an alligator. He was always up for eating. What could Pete do? All the clapping, rat-a-tat-tatting, and munching was giving him